class. Welcome back. I'm here today with my father, Dr. Brian McMillen, professor in pharmacology and toxicology. I'm going to ask him a few questions today about animal research because he does animal research. Okay, what do you do with animals?
Right. I use mostly rats in my research, and we have a colony of genetic high alcohol drinking rats, and we also use rats to study adolescent effects of nicotine on adult responses to addictive drugs such as cocaine and diazepam.
And from what I understand, you have done a bunch of research papers on this in the past?
I have close to 100 papers, either primary research or review articles that where rats, mice, rabbits were the animals used in the studies.
And are you subject to government regulations?
Yes, I am.
And what government division sets these regulations?
Under the 1985 law, Congress directed that the director of National Institutes of Health, NIH, set up guidelines for the care and use of laboratory animals in research, but that the oversight be given to the grant recipient institutions who had subcommittees to examine, review, take care of the animal husbandry facilities as well as the research facilities, and to review all proposals for research. And so every institution that receives federal money will have what's called an IACUC, Institutional Animal Care and Use Committee.
Okay. Do you feel like these guidelines are too strict or not strict enough?
They published in 1985 a booklet, runs about 90 pages now, with guidelines for virtually all vertebrate animals in laboratories. Some of them are very helpful and make sense. Others drive you nuts because they don't make sense if you know the science. In a way, turning the oversight and control to the institutions is somewhat like having the fox watch the hen-house. Although the IACUC committee is required to have a doctor of veterinary medicine on them, and are also required to have someone on the committee not affiliated with the institution. The way that's set up, then that person becomes the only external oversight for the institution. At my institution, that person was a lady who ran one of the animal shelters in town, and she sat on every meeting, reviewed every science proposal, and participated in the inspections of laboratories and housing. How strict that's followed other institutions is not clear.
Do you feel like the animals you work with are treated humanely?
I believe they are. Take care of them. If you want good results, you have to treat the animals humanely. Otherwise, you're creating a variety of other variables. Anything that stresses the animal is going to greatly change the physiology of the animal. So take great care. Keep the animals in a safe, clean environment as possible. In our facility, the cages are changed regularly. There's a special cage washer for them. Every room, my room with the rats, the veterinarian maintains sentinel rats, which periodically have blood samples taken to look for presence of viruses and parasites. So it's a very clean environment. And our institution is one of a group that's joined a voluntary organization to provide stricter external oversight. So we get inspected at least once a year by the outside, and their regulations and guidelines are more strict than the NIH guidelines.
Okay. Well, do you have any further comments on animal testing?
We do our best to use minimum number of the smallest, least expensive animal that's large enough for the things we want to do. Because we're doing behaviors, we have to have a whole live behaving animal, as well as taking tissues for biochemical measurements. And so our research is the advances we have from insulin to the latest antibodies for treatment of arthritis and cancer today. So
Okay. Well,
they're needed.
thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
That's all we have for today. Goodbye.